Hi, I'm Drew Tulumello, co-chair of Weil's Global Litigation Department, and I am honored and thrilled to be here with Jeff Homrig, a luminary in the intellectual property space. Jeff will be joining as the co-head of our intellectual property science and technology practice. He will be resident in Texas, and we are just thrilled to have him aboard. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks, Drew. I'm thrilled to be here.
Why Weil and why now?
Look, I grew up at Weil as a lawyer. I had the great fortune to be here as an associate to learn from the very best in the country. And it really set a benchmark for me, a North Star, if you will, for my career. Like that was, when I was an associate, that was the kind of lawyer I wanted to grow up to be. Now that I'm fully formed, right, as a lawyer, I've built a practice. The opportunity to come back to Weil and build here again is just tremendous.
And what's it feel like to have a homecoming of sorts?
It's pretty wild, right? I get to come back to the place that gave me my start and to build, and that's really exciting.
And let's talk about building. You'll be heading up our intellectual property litigation practice in Texas. Can you talk a little bit about the vision you have for what you'd like to build and achieve over time?
So absolutely. So look, what our practice is a top shelf practice where people have fun working together on the hardest cases in the highest profile matters and win. Simple as that.
Weil has had a number of partners, I think it's going on 13, who have returned to the firm after pursuing other opportunities. And that's been in the last 18 months. You're joining that group. Why do you think that is?
Look, Weil's a tremendous place to practice as a lawyer. You know, law firms have to set priorities. And what really resonates with me, and I'm sure for everyone here, right, is that the top priority at Weil is excellence as an attorney and teamwork. That's a great environment in which to practice as a lawyer.
It sure is, it sure is. And you'll be joining with two of your colleagues and friends, Doug Lumish and Gabe Gross. I wonder if you can talk a little bit about what it's like to join with them.
Wow, look, they are both spectacular trial lawyers. They're exceptional counselors to their clients. And we're really, really good friends. And so you take those three things, that's the essence of this practice.
Let's do some forecasting here. In the intellectual property, technology, science spaces, all the clients that are in this space, what kinds of issues do you foresee needing to provide counsel and guidance on in the next 3, 5, 7 years?
So the number one issue in IP right now, from my perspective, is trade secret litigation. It is the greatest risk and the greatest opportunity for nearly every company.
And why do you think the sort of trade secret aspect of the practice is becoming more important, more prominent?
Well, first, because it's so widespread. Every company that hires and fires people has a trade secret risk and a trade secret opportunity. From a legal standpoint, the damages profile of those cases, the nature of those cases makes them extremely powerful tools for companies to defend their rights, but also to seek market opportunities, right? To shift the market. And I think more and more companies are seeing that opportunity and seizing that opportunity to use trade secrets litigation as a business tool, not just as a legal one.
You have a truly phenomenal record of building teams that are loyal, energized, have fun working together. Can you share your thoughts or philosophies about building a team?
Sure. Look, the cases that we do, the matters we work on, are incredibly complex and really difficult. And it's not something any one person can do. It requires everybody on the team to be committed, to be working in the right direction, and to understand their role and to be invested. And I think that last piece is probably the most important part, right? I want everyone on the team to understand that I'm investing in them, I care about them, and their success is my success. That's such an important thing, and frankly, it's rare that you find a group of people who are all investing in each other in that way. And to me, that's what I experienced at Weil. That's what people did for me. When I was growing up as a lawyer, they invested in me. And my goal is to do the same for them.
We've talked a lot about the values-driven practice or values-driven approach to practicing in big law. And I'm wondering if you can share some of your thoughts about that.
So look, thinking about the values that you put emphasis on, whether it's in big law or anywhere else, right, is vital. We only have so much time, so much energy, and where we choose to focus says a lot about us, but it also shapes the experience for everyone, and it shapes the results for our clients. I think that's why it's so resonant for me to practice at a place that puts excellence and teamwork first.
Would you describe the capabilities that, in your view, the team has on day one?
Sure. Look, on day one, we are a top shelf trial practice. We're also, I think, very thoughtful, careful counselors. I think sometimes people hear us say we're trial lawyers and they assume we always want to go to trial. Most of my cases don't go to trial. But I use that trial experience. We all use our trial experience to help shape the way we counsel clients. And that's vital in helping them avoid the kinds of problems that land you in a trial.
Jeff, it's really wonderful to welcome you to Weil as a partner and a friend.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be both.